Hello everyone and welcome back to a little bit of random. My name's Amanda and today I have for you a Empties video for April of 2025. This was all the products that Charlotte and I went through for the month of May. So I do the previous month, or I'm sorry, for the month of April. And I posted on the first day of May. So this video will go up the first day of May, but as of recording it is 4:30 of 2025. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's begin. No particular order as usual, but I do have, actually I do have 2 shower gels, so I'll do those in the same area, but everything else is kind of randomly spurt through. So we'll just go one by one. And the first thing I reached for was from the Valentine's Hershey collection. This was the Twizzlers strawberry scented sugar scrub. This we got from Walmart in February, and we just got around to using it now. It does smell like strawberry Twizzlers, so they got the scent spot on with this. The product was good overall. Here's my struggle with it. It didn't know what it wanted to be. So it wasn't so like coarse a scrub that I would consider it a scrub, but it wasn't so gloopy of a thick texture that I would associate it with a body cream or in Lush's case, because I use a lot of Lush products, the shower slimes. And I know other companies make them, but they're harder to find from other companies. Lush makes them pretty consistently, so that's where my brain goes naturally. But yeah, this, from smell perspective, it was right on. So I give the smell a 5 out of 5. From the textural perspective, and I know I've discussed this in other videos, I prefer a very coarse scrub personally. So if it's not gritty enough, I won't use it. So I really struggled to get through this. We probably started it at the beginning of or no, not the beginning, I'm sorry, mid-May, and I'm just getting through it at the end of April. And it wasn't for that it just lasted a long time because it had a lot of coverage. I had to keep dipping into the pot because I wasn't getting enough scrub. So this it would have went very quickly had I liked the texture more. So if I was consistently using it in my regular schedule every other day, it would have been gone in like a week. But because of that texture and consistency, I had to use more. So I was like, I don't really like this. And then I'd go into the shower and it would be a scrub day. And I'd look at it and I'd be like, oh, if I have to. So those are my feelings on it. So I say from a product standpoint, if you like a really coarse or scrub, or just a scrub you can feel, that's like more scrub-esque, not so much like shower slime trying to be a scrub, then you will not like this. I didn't like it that much because of those reasons. If you like more of that looser gelatin slimy texture to your scrub, then this is perfect for you and you'll love it. But for me, this was a fail. So I'm going to say 1 out of 5 would be my rating for this from texture, consistency, functionality. The only thing I give a 5 out of 5 for this was the scent, because it did smell just like a strawberry Twizzler. And I had hopes for it, which is sad. Okay, let's keep with scrubs, actually. And I have a facial scrub. So this is the Murad Environmental Shield Essential C Cleanser. This was good. I like Murad products. I've used them in the past. I got this in a Ipsy. It was my I want to say December Ipsy. I had gotten this. I have since paused my subscription with Ipsy. I may start it back up. I might not. It depends. Their pricing has went up this year. So I was kind of on the fence of whether I was going to keep that one or not. But I did get this in that product in the Ipsy Boxy Charm. And I did like it. I mean, it took me, a whole I'm going to say I put this in the shower at the end of March, right around the same time as the scrub. But this lasted all the way to April, not because I didn't like it and didn't use it, but because a lot went a long way. So I just needed like about that size of a drop on my facial scrubber, and then I just went to town and it really lathered up. It covered everything. This was also an every other day product for me as well. If you were using it every day, it probably would just last you the month, but it lasted a little bit longer for me because of the every other day. Because my face, I touch it a lot. There's a lot of excess bacteria. So on the opposite days, I'm not using a gel cleanser. I'm using my 10% hydrogen peroxide facial soap to make sure I'm getting all of that gross bacteria, sweat, all that off of my face to try to help reduce the breakouts. I've not been too bad though. I went to the dermatologist and they gave me this product, which I haven't used yet today, but this product for my acne. It's got a bunch of different stuff in it, but it also treats my rosacea. So you'll notice that my cheeks aren't as horribly like they call it slap face or like the butterfly pattern that rosacea gives. It's not as bad as it usually is because the stuff's really, really working nicely for me. It's also helping control the acne. And then they gave me an oral medication as well for the acne. So those two combined together, they're doing wonders. And I've not had too much of a problem. And I do love that. So, look for that cream in a future Empties video because I think the doctor said it'll last me about 3 months. So at the end of June, that'll probably be in the end of June's Empties. So look forward to that. And I'll get more into detail with it and why my skin likes it and how it did and all that. But yeah, this stuff works really well. I would repurchase this again. It's a little on the costly side for me. So I'm trying to find a little bit more cost-effective options. But if I can't, I will go back to this because I really liked it. This is the Dermalect. I really liked when I got the Dermalect too. It's really good with facial cleansers. Like I know some people complain that they get a lot of them in their boxes, but for me, it's always good to have a facial cleanser. I wash my face like every day, sometimes twice a day, depending if I wore makeup that day or not. So for me, I'll always take the facial cleanser because I would go through them a lot more quickly if I didn't have a surplus. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that one. So 5 out of 5 for the Murad. I like that. Okay, let's go with the next thing I see. So that would be deodorant. So this was from December 2024. Native released their Christmas scents. The sugar cookie was one of the Christmas scents. I switch out deodorants like depending on my mood of the day. They're like perfume for me depending on my mood and what I want to smell like that day. I circle through a couple different deodorants as well as my couple different perfumes I always circle through. And this is I'm sad that it took me this long to get to it because I just finished it in April. And when Charlotte had gotten it for me, they were already sold out at Walmart for the Christmas season. So I only ever got the one. And because I didn't try it in December, I couldn't get another one before they sold out. But I would have bought another because I really like this scent. It smells just like sugar cookie, which is fantastic. A nice buttery, sugary sugar cookie. It's not got like any spice to it. It's not overwhelmingly vanilla. Mostly it's buttery. So it's a very buttery, rich vanilla smell. Almost like if you put a few drops of vanilla into like a butter, what do they call those? I think they do call them butter cookies or shortbread cookies. That's what that reminds me of. But yeah, it was really good. 5 out of 5 on this as well. It worked. It lasted for a few hours. I would say if I was sweating, I had to apply another coat halfway through the day, which I know is not always a possibility for everyone, but because I work from home, I can do that. Um, but if you don't mind like the kind of 5 to 6 hour wear time before you have to reapply, and you're not like, we'll say a professional runner that's going to sweat from, the time they start running till the time they stop, then this was a good one. I don't know if all native products have that kind of 6 hour wear for me, being a little bit more of a sweatier person. And like I said, it wasn't every day that I had to reapply. It was mostly on gym days. So like 3 times a week, I'd have to reapply again. Mostly that one, if I was just me on a regular work day and I didn't go to the gym, that one good coat in the morning was fine. And I was good the whole day. The sweat, not the sweat, the scent doesn't like last the whole 24 hours. But I wouldn't expect it to with a deodorant. Deodorants always wear off. It's more about the absorption, that it's keeping like the natural bacterial kind of stinky sweat smell away and that stuff. So from that perspective, it worked excellently. The scent was the only thing I would say about 5 to 6 hours. If you want to keep smelling sugar cookie, you'll want to reapply. If you don't care about smelling it after 5 to 6 hours and you're okay with it just being a functioning deodorant and working and controlling the sweat production, then I would say you're good for at least a day before you'd have to reapply this. But yeah, not bad, not bad. I like that. 4 out of 5 for this guy. I would say just because that 6 hour wear time with the scent, so I'm knocking it down a point, but that's me being real nitpicky. It would have been a 5 out of 5 regardless, or if it wasn't for that kind of little just for me, you know what I mean? Okay, so then we have to do a hair product, and then I'll do the 2 shower gels last. So hair product, this was the L'Oreal Paris Elevie Dream Lengths 8-second Wonder Water. Charlotte and I found this on clearance at Walmart. I know they don't sell it anymore. It was clearance because they were getting rid of their stock, so it won't be in stores. Don't know if they'll still sell it on the L'Oreal Paris website. I'd have to look into that for y'all. But I had gotten it from Walmart on clearance because I'd never tried a product like this before, and I didn't know if it was going to work. So I wouldn't have paid full price, but at I think this was like $2.99. I was willing to give it a go. And again, I was pleasantly surprised. I wish that I would have tried it sooner, because then I would have known I really liked it and I would have gotten another bottle before all the stock was gone. And I do know I could always go to the L'Oreal Paris website and if I truly wanted to find it again and purchase it again, but I don't think I'll need it because it worked so well. So what this does is it's smooth detangling, and it's for anywhere from short hair to long hair, depending on your length of hair is how much product you're going to use and how frequently. So, for me, because I have thin hair and it only comes to like right, I would say under my clavicle, that maybe a little bit longer than my clavicle, but right in that general area. I only needed the first, so you'll see the line system on the side here. So I only needed to use the first line, like each time. I just needed to use the space between the line. They recommend for medium to long hair to use 2 lines, so you would get less uses out of this bottle. But for short hair and medium short, or medium, like shorter on the shorter side, you only need to use the 1 line a time. So this lasted, let me count them real quick. I got 7. I got 7 uses out of this. For somebody with like medium long hair, you would get half that. So you would get like 3.5, 4 uses out of this. But yeah, it's really good. It really made my hair soft again. So I was struggling like with really dead, split, irritated ends on my hair. And this brought it back to life. Once you get in the shower, you wet your hair. Once your hair is wet, you take and you squeeze out into your hand the first 20 milliliters, or the first line there. And then it says to take from your length. So for me, it would be there down, and like vigorously rub it through. And what that does is as you're rubbing, it's getting warm. It's like almost a hot oil treatment, but it lathers like a shampoo. And you let that sit for 8 seconds and then you rinse it out. Now, for me, because I had such irritated, like dead ends, frizzy ends, all that, I would put it in and I would go ahead and do my other stuff. So I would, well, that was sitting in my hair. I would, scrub my face, scrub my body, and then I'd rinse like from head to toe down as my first rinse. And that would give it a little bit more time to sit. So I would say for me, I exceeded the 8 seconds. I probably let it go for 2 to 3 minutes. But my hair is so silky, like soft and smooth now. Like I can't tell you. It's like baby doll silk hair, like a high quality one, not like a Barbie doll, but like the really fancy ones. That's what it feels like. And it's so soft and I haven't had any more problems with those dead ends. So, yeah, I would say that this stuff really works. If you have those same problems that I described and you want to give it a try and your local Walmart still has it, or if you want to go to the L'Oreal Paris website, you can and find that. And I highly, highly recommend it. The hot oil feel of it didn't last the whole time. After about 8 seconds, the warmth dissipated and it was just like a cream in your hair, a creamy lather in your hair. But that initial warmth was really nice. Like I very much enjoyed that. I'm not usually um one of those extra step people. Like I'll shampoo, I'll condition, I'll jump out. Like I don't do fancy stuff with my hair, but I would get that again and use it if I ever go back to having those damaged, like dead split ends and I need to soften them and smooth them out again. Definitely would go for that again. But let's hope that's not the case because I've been trying to take better care of my hair. Okay, so last two items, both shower gels, and ironically, both Lush shower gels. These are the small bottles. This is the smallest size you can get from Lush, so it's 100 milliliters or 3.3 fluid ounces. This one was from a kitchen box last year. I do believe it was in March's. And it is cold narcotic, and that is on the label. It says lavender water brings balance as fresh lemon juice and tea tree oil clarify for clear, confident skin. Um, when you smell narcotic, you immediately get the tea tree. So the top note is definitely the tea tree, and then right behind it, you get the lavender. I don't get too much of the lemon juice. I mostly get that tea tree and lavender, but I like both of those scents. And actually, the herbal lavender I don't really love, but mixed with the tea tree, it gives it something different. So it's not just like really, really offensive lavender in your nostrils, like that herbal lavender. It's the spiciness of the tea tree definitely rounds it out and makes it more of like a spicy herbal scent. And I do appreciate that. I definitely love spicy scents. So clove, cardamom, cinnamon, allspice, Chinese five spice, all the spice. I love the smells of those in products and in baked goods. Like they smell so nice and warming and comforting for me. So that made this definitely something that I reached for. Charlotte used it a lot more than I did, but has I'm trying to think of the right words to be able to share this effectively. She has a higher tolerance for tea tree than I do. My skin's really sensitive, hence the rosacea and then the eczema on my elbows. So I can't always tolerate tea tree in high doses. So I couldn't use it every day. I probably used it once a week, but because she doesn't have those issues with her skin, she can use it like every day if she wanted to, though I know she used to switch off. So she'd use it a couple more times a week than me, probably like 4 to 5 times a week, and then she'd switch off with something else. But for me, it was like once a week just because I didn't want to upset my skin pH because I know that in the past that has been a problem. So I try to, when I know something's going to become an issue, I try to avoid it. But yeah, I would give that. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. So 5 out of 5 on the hair treatment. I would give this a 4 out of 5 for no other reason except for I just couldn't use it at the like consistency that I would want to. And that's why we had shower gel number 2 in the shower, because I used this one every day and I could use it every day because it doesn't have the tea tree. So this is the Juice is Loose shower gel. It was a collab with the Beetlejuice movie and Lush in October of 2024, or near that time. We'll say like September, October-ish. It could have been like at the very end of September and into October, but I know when the movie was released was when they did this collab like a month before. And it's so cute. I love the packaging. I love the little label. It says call now, and it has like the whole speak my name 3 times. If you've ever seen Beetlejuice or the second Beetlejuice, hopefully you saw the first one before the second one. But yeah, yeah, it's just very nostalgic. One of the first movies I ever watched with my grandma was Beetlejuice, and I was very young. So the snake scene kind of traumatized me for many years. But after, besides that scene, it was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. I liked all the humor and the interaction and all that. I watched a lot of movies with my grandma growing up. I probably shouldn't for my age, but just to make us cover our eyes, or plug our ears if they were like characters were swearing or something like that, or if something was happening she didn't want us to see, she'd cover our eyes. But it was cute. It's a cute little memory of her because I loved my grandmother and she's passed now, but yeah, cute little memory of her. But ingredients are red clover flower infusion, glycerin, of course, that's going to be in there, juniper berry oil, sweet wild orange, water, carrageenan extract, so extra humectant in there to hold the moisture to your skin. Titanium dioxide, which is given the colorant, so it's giving it that creamy purple color instead of being like dark purple. And there's some other kind of colorants and additives in there that are in every Lush product, so it's not worth mentioning them. But yes, I really like this. 5 out of 5. It smelled like grape soda, if I didn't mention that. Let's see if I can. Oh yeah, it still smells just like grape crush. So in the US, if you ever had grape crush, that's what this smells like. I think overseas, and correct me if I'm wrong, my folks that live overseas that watch, there's a Vim2 that is grape. So I would also compare, like I've heard people compare it to that as well. Or there's something else. A Smartie, I think grape Smarties, I've heard them compare it to as well. But yeah, this was nice. I really like this. I have the grape soda perfume on my shelf that I was using with this. So like I'd wash with this and then I'd spray myself in the grape soda perfume, and it would make this scent last all day. Out of the two, I would say that the narcotic didn't leave as much scent on your skin. It was more for those cleansing and clarifying benefits. The Juice is Loose left that grape soda scent on your skin. So if you're, depending on what you want, I would say this was the more prominently scented product. But I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 as well, because it was really nice. I really liked the scent. I liked the nostalgia. It reminded me of good times. I liked the design of it overall. It was definitely on par with the movie and the aesthetics of the movie. So from packaging and being on theme, I give it a 5. So just, yeah, overall 5 out of 5. Trying to think of anything else. I mean, basically every product was a winner except for the Hershey's Valentine's Day Twizzlers scrub, and I feel really bad because I wanted to love that a lot. It just the texture wasn't there for me. Yeah. Other than that, though, thank you so much for joining me. I so appreciate it. If you liked this video, please give it a like. If you really liked it, you can subscribe to the channel. Helps me bring y'all more of this kind of content. I love doing it. And it also customizes the platform, excuse me, to your likes on the channel. So, you know, depending on the videos you like and the YouTubers you follow, that's the kind of content you're going to get. So if you like Empties videos, product reviews, and the like, then, you know, you like this video, or if you subscribe to the channel, or both would be awesome, then you will get more of that custom experience going forward on your platform. But yeah, other than that, like I said, thank you so much. So appreciate the viewership and the support. I love making these videos, sharing these products with you all. I know that a lot of them aren't currently available anymore. I try to get the videos out as well in time for y'all to still be able to purchase the products. I know that doesn't always happen. And I know that this is still available on the website. It's one of their best sellers, so it's always there. So I can at least give you that. The Murad product's always going to be there. But yeah, I want you to have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in my next video. Bye now.